Hello everyone, welcome back to Balloons, where we achieved the impossible. Last time was a lot of setup in getting back to the impossible mode. This time is basically the in-depth story of me beating impossible mode, cut down for your viewing levels. You'll see right now basically like a few of the ideas and concepts that I attempted to do, like using Desperado on the top like wall of the castle, which didn't work out all that well. Also along the way, I got the mana shield upgrade, which turns out doesn't work in impossible mode. Just meaning that there was no point in me getting that. I got a few upgrades as well, but it's like I don't think they really came up at all. Or if they did, it'll be very minor. Besides points, after failing a few times and setting up, I definitely came down to like a idea that I believe could win this. So using the power of a submarine and a free dart monkey to conserve as much money as I can to basically immediately get an open as soon as possible, so we can actually save up for the main star of the show, the one, the only, well, Dartling Gunnel. But as you see, this is how something went. So basically, yeah, now open it on field, where I put him on top. Because, well, this does lead to a more top-heavy path be set up overall, where, you know, the bottom path has, like, 0 things defending it, while we have basically 2 things defending the top path, compared to some of my original ideas where I put open on the bottom. I ended up doing this because it seemed like this would be more better overall for damage output and stuff. Relating to how the first Moab, ZMG, BFB, and well, Bad all show up at the very top path first, and I just kind of thought, like, you know, if that's gonna be the path of the most resistance, then I might as well put that there.
Awesome.
As well as the fact that it left basically a great path open up for the bottom to have my 2 stalling towers that I chose. Those being, well, a glue gunner and an ice monkey. Specifically the super glue and absolute zero. And of course they'll also use the 2 village strategies for it as well. So then when it comes to that, we do a pretty well fine job overall. You know, popping balloons, urban spike growth, wambles I think it's called. Kind of having bad placement. And Puzo's based off of where he's shooting. So it's like, if he was shooting like closer to the edge of the map, then he'll throw the brambles there more often. But I mean, at best the brambles are just a free like 50 damage option or 500 damage option at later levels. It's like for this like instant damage, go boom. The real star of the show from Oben is trees, and lucky for us, we can control where trees are placed. You just gotta remember where to plant them. But anyway, enough about Oben. As you see, after getting the 2-2 Dartling Gunnel, 1-2 Dartling Gunnel, not 2-2, we got the 2-2 Submarine. That's why I got my mistake up. This is done specifically because of lead consistency. If I didn't do it, there is a chance that Oben sucks and we die. So, yeah. Because the weird thing is just popping the leads only. That's basically about it. Dartling Gunner can handle, with the 1-2 Dartling Gunner can handle everything else. And now that we got to that point, well, it might be a good idea to get the 1-3 sub now, as I was debating if I should actually get a Snowbee, but I decided to opt out of it because we don't have the money for this setup. As you see, money is actually a very tight thing overall in this setup, so yeah. Which, well, as past me will tell you, will be a problem for future endeavors, although it's not like we were going to use this strategy again anyway. But what we do want to do, on the other hand, is save up enough money to finally get the Hydro Rocket Pods. Now with this, we can, after next up level, boom! Now we can clear out the entire Pink Rust and everything else, because nothing will do enough damage to actually beat up the Hydro Rocket Pods. So, well, at least balloon-wise. The real trouble will become when we get to, like, later rounds when it's no longer just, like, the strongest balloon is a wet balloon, or ceramic, we get actually, like, Moabs and stuff. That's when this tower starts to drop off, but in the current moment, it is doing a lot of damage, and it's probably our strongest damage dealer for the entire duration of this. Only beat out by our submarine, who, well, if you know what's at the end of the middle path, you should know that will be quite an effective way for the Moab problem that we suffer from. And, well, after a bit of a mistake there, we finally we use the power of unlocking to beat up the Moab heel. Now mind, I failed to do it again because of the fact that we need to be a bit more consistent. Right, I forgot to upgrade the Alchemist to Berserker Blue. Now, as you can see, we'll do perfectly fine as we pop the Moab right about now. And clear the level just like that. Yes! There's gonna be a running trend for a bit of the things being popped really close to the castle's gates, but we do survive it all in the end, and that's the thing that matters. So then, as we go down from 40 down to 42 and stuff, it's now about the time when I start putting in those supports I was talking about. Well, I think, thinking back on it, I wonder if glue hose would do better, because the increase in damage against everything, I think it would be very helpful. I'm pretty sure super glue was good enough, and well, Absolute Zero is also pretty strong. So I don't think there's gonna be any problem there, although I guess like, the Absolute Zero is still good because of things. But anyway, after getting the 2 discount villages, we finally put down our glue gunner, who can gain all of the buffs. And with the timing of things, you can then get the 022 glue gunner. So I guess the thing, like, would a 102 be better? That's another thing I don't know about. I think a 50 would probably be stronger, because every balloon that's glued would have like the damage output thing. So I guess that's something I gotta think about for next time. Support is a valuable commodity in balloons after all. and we should learn how to use it better. I should. So, yeah. Also, yes, I do like get tangle drums and stuff for my glue gun. Thanks for asking. It was a very valuable thing because it means you can theoretically glue more things with quick succession. And now that we have trees, the Moab rounds that show up don't matter because they'll just be devoured by the forest, and we get a lot of money back from it, which, you know, is good. But yeah, with that said, then we save up now to get the preemptive strike, or what? Yeah, it was. I think it was actually. Yeah, we all got relentless to do is we get the preemptive strike now. I hold off getting the ability of the Gatling gun for a while, by the way, because, well, it's just the ability. It doesn't actually increase our damage output at all. And that is a thing we gotta keep in mind here. Well, if it did, we would be able to do a lot more. Sadly, that's not the case, so we're just kind of stuck with what we have here now. Just something that can just pop every type of balloon from distance. Like a good line clear, all things considered. Although, like, yeah. It's just one of those things where it's like, when it comes to pathing and stuff, I always do struggle with, like, trying to use, like, things optimally. I won't lie. Again, it's like, there's a reason why I decided to, for the most part, let's keep the Gatling gun stationed on one position. Yeah. We also now have the fourth ability of the sub, which means now, whenever it gets to rounds a bit too basic for us, we can go just blow it up instantly. But of course, since it's now back to round 16, it's now time for us to buckle down and use all our powers combined to defeat a BFB. All we have to do is pop it before it enters the tree, before it leaves the tree area, to deal with all its spawns. And now we can set it back to block, and bada bing bada boom. We beat up all of the Moabs and get the money back from it as well. So yeah. Overall, I'll say that this has been a rather effective strategy, despite everything. Although it's just like, open field's a bit too inconsistent to use 24/7. And of course, we do encounter another moment of that. Because the sub does struggle against 4 or 5 Moabs, a lot, surprisingly. But this is where a snowstorm comes in with freeze, because I believe the balloons are stuck in it long enough for it to be just constantly keep over and over again with freeze. As you see with the balloons on the bottom. And the extra radius does matter a lot as well, because the loss of radius does matter here as well, because of the simple fact that it goes from like a simple, like, rather simple, small radius that only touches like the bottom half to something that's able to flip into the middle half completely. So basically meaning that from that tree as you see to the glue gun, everything will be slowed properly. As well as, so yeah, very helpful in my opinion for me to get that. Words fail me sometimes. Oh yeah, and also we passed round 63 because power of trees. As you see, the power of trees and damaging things is very a very keen thing. Another thing that I'm having to do constantly is avoid using the ability of the bosses, right? Because from the looks of things, we don't get the money from defeating the innards of it, meaning that its only purpose is to destroy balloons. And basically, it's a good last-ditch effort plan for in case any of the big blimps, any of the blimps gets too close to the tunnel. Oh, and anyway, here's the two BFBs of round 65. As you see, with everything we've set up so far, we can do a whopping total of a pretty good amount of damage, actually, enough to actually pop both of them. Of course, trees up here as well, and the fact that we popped both trees is a noteworthy thing there as well. Although I don't actually know how the money system works off the trees, since it seems like the second one gave less money than the first one, but gave less money than the. I guess it's per balloon and bigger balloons cost less or something. I don't know the economics of trees. I just know that it's good enough to grab blimps, and that's all we need it to do. And that's the little back there. Either way, now that we're going down to round 67, it's about time we got ourselves another upgrade. Well, not necessarily now, but as you see, we're saving up to get the tier 5 of the submarine, which would do great against Law's radius of things. It's something you notice, at least when it comes to setup, we're pretty good at killing Law's groups of balloons. It's when we're displaying one balloon at a time is when we struggle a lot. And well, if you know anything about one balloon at a time, you should know that the final level is the correlation of one balloon. That one last round 100, so yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a problem for us. Hard work parts is great against clusters like this. As you saw, I was basically single-handedly dealt with all of those things. And we do focus down a lot of our defense in the middle choke point here, which honestly I feel like is the best strategy we have here. Because while it does leave the top and the bottom halves way stronger comparatively to the middle half, because Eyes will Lock Pods doesn't attack there like it does in middle half. Well, it definitely does. So it definitely does keep in mind there. My big example is basically Rapid there. Well, the middle BFB got destroyed instantly over the course of all that, compared to the top half BFB, which was able to get to the drop points again. And I think I get to the drop points is well, that's a little close. Again, one life and all that. I'm still pretty annoyed that the mana shield doesn't work apparently. But I guess there's not much that can be done. The mana shield doesn't work, and the mana shield doesn't work. This means that we just have to play perfectly. Or near perfectly. We still have the option of selling, after all. And now that we should have enough, well, not necessarily right now, but I think roughly around this level, definitely before around 80, we're able to get the 5th skill more quickly. I am basically, for much as this is me recounting tales, it's also me looking back at what I did to be oh yeah, wait, that's what happened. For example, the rainbow, the balloons being frozen there. Either way, I definitely think that the 50 sub works really great at killing EVPs, as you'll see. Because it can just kind of like one shot them before they do anything of note. But yeah, it's like we do struggle a lot with BFBs. Either way, after accidentally unlocking the thing by accident, we can now just trigger back there, and last but not least, deal with all of the things of this section. And with a bit of a drum roll of round 78, well, it might be actually around 79 that we actually get it properly. Then again, I forget how many balloons actually get sent at us, because the drum roll around 78, we finally have our first tier 5, the preemptive strike, which you don't see in this round, but you can see here. Now, something to keep in mind, unlike everything else, the preemptive strike is able to pop balloons in trees. It does not matter that the line of sight does not matter to it. While nothing else can actually attack the balloons in trees, a pretty sure Wizard would also be able to, but I definitely noticed that with preemptive strike, where this like drops bombs at it and call it a day. I do want the sub would have done slightly better if we cut down the middle trees. Either way, it's now round 80, and the ZMZ has decided to make its grand debut. This is the single strongest balloon we'll encounter for another like 18 level rounds. Of course, if you know what's going on, you know that round 100 will basically have contain the single strongest balloon, and well, I learn a lot from these things. In fact, I'll go back to to normal talking speed, aka when I was actually doing this. Once we get round to round 98 or so, maybe earlier. But either way, I'm pretty sure the main thing that helps us to feel a lot of these layer rounds is the fact that Open is getting stronger at this point, meaning that he's able to damage the stronger balloons as he uses, well, preemptive to help pop everything. And call it a day. Now, this be if we saw this Moabs, like, no, you will definitely be a piece that became Moabs when we actually saw them, so that just kind of shows you the strength of the preemptive strike. Although modified, now we have fortified BFBs, which kind of tank the charge like it's nothing. Although they can't take the choke point like it's nothing, so we're fine there. I wonder if the dot thing, if the dot monkey starts is a good one. I mean, it is strong, and it's a single dot monkey. Like 3 dot monkeys is what they beat some of the hardest maps from my understand. So there's that, I guess. Like, yeah, you definitely need something to deal with those things. And it's like, hey, at least beating the Impoppable mode on the Dark Castle is an achievement in my own rights. Either way, as you see, we're now back to BFBs, but since now that we have an absolute zero, I think we haven't. No, we do not have an absolute. We just have a super glue. Now that we have super glue enabled, we can now safely pop all the bads of ZMZs. We'll not we lack bad damage completely. Actually, this happens that this sub is really good at popping like GMGs and lethal classes. Doesn't help that we're hunting free. That we officially entered free play now, which means that scaling has now occurred. These Moabs and BFEs and ZMGs are stronger than the BFEs of round 70 and stuff, so that's something to keep in mind of, but, you know, constant paralysis is grand. So, after paralyzing some of the BFEs and things, we now can get to round 88 and have mosey on through here as well. Like, this is a lot for Hydro Rock Pod is definitely doing a lot here. I mean, of course, now that we have the preemptive strike, it's absolutely catching up in damage output. But it's like, well, checking the damages every so often, it's like, I noticed that the Hydro Rock Pod just like was doing an insane amount of damage. Also, I just realized that now the glue gun does damage with the blunt glue stuff, so that's good. But previously, glue gun does 0 damage on its own. But just because it's paralyzing now, it also has to inherently do damage, so we can't install level. Which, I mean, makes sense. Stalling is dumb. That's why they got rid of Regal Rainbow Bombs and all that stuff. But with the power, but now on 90, we can slowly keep up with the power of the absolute 0. So now with this, we can safely and easily deal with the problems of the more crab balloons like ZMGs. Once they all appear on screen, we can just like freeze them, or just let the big waves to the absolute 0 walk thing. But again, nothing that is only like a single layer, apparently, so you gotta keep that in mind. Maybe that's the thing that I still work on, like increasing the weight. Maybe it's like if one of them actually see through balloons to do battle, but then again, it's like I don't see what. I mean, I guess given the most degree, the cold snap value doesn't seem all that useful to us. At once, we already have camera detection on everything, because the glue gun would need to work on like DDTs or whatever. But I mean, as you'll notice, we haven't seen any DDTs, and that's for a good reason. The preemptive strike kind of just like deletes them. Although I also get rid of post-rounded DDTs actually show up on. I do know the later rounds, but of course that's kind of how it goes. Guys, away. I think with the end of round 95, I'll go back to the original pre-production Dell speaking, and as you see, the DDT was switched. Which from our perspective does not exist. Even the reinforced Moabs is kind of only appear as rarings because that's yet to be forced. So then, one final round before we hand it off to past Dell. Well, we encountered this round. It's pretty much is a great summary of what we can do with this setup, but also what we're lacking. With a max, before like the power of a maxed out open, we can handle any Moabs that show up here. And I've been moving the tree slowly as we've gone after all. But the ZMGs are real fun because we definitely need to do a lot of damage to these things, and we can, but man, it is tough. I think overall my hardest run is definitely round 98. Well, you'll see how I'll deal with that. But that last balloon, no? You know how you were sort of something, but then when you took back you realize that no, you're completely off? What, you know, this round, it exists. Wait, this is actually a very interesting round because it, well, yeah, it's actually interesting thing about it. Yeah, it's like, I think because the BFBs, the last BFB appeals at the bottom and then top. Next one is why it's like that. But yeah, this is basically the most amount the defense of two creatures having. But I think because they were very close together, they both got hit by the preemptive strikes when they hit of each other. At least the second one damaged the first a bit. So, you know, that's pretty good and all. But yeah, this was pretty much the real proof of what I mean by... This is absolutely the one I mean when I talk about that we lack real damage values, because Lord and behold, the ZMGs, these forced ZMGs, get pretty far, but due to the fact that there's two of them, we do a lot of damage to them, because of the power of paralysis and all that. If we encountered a balloon that was immune to that distance, we would be in trouble. But luckily, we don't encounter any of that here. And we also get a lot amount of money from popping all them. Alright then. No more fake outs. Now I'll be heading out. Yep. See you around. I'll see you around. Bye bye. Alright then. And welcome back. As you see, I changed up the position of things. Moved open up here. That is what I did. Got both of these. Got both of these and this one. And yeah, there you saw, like, maybe I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't paying attention. Probably was like this all. But alright then. We're back here. This setup can still not beat that round. You know the one. It's this round 98. So let's try some things. Let's get Hydro Rocket Pods. Let's get the Moab sub this time. Pursuit. Moab sub. I guess. Do we need Command C? Oh. Anyway, let's get like the. What's the thing that deals that? Because we already have a glue gun. We can't stack another glue gun. Wait. We might have been able to get Super Whittle, but no, whatever. Let's get Super Whittle like this. Let's try everything out now. There's too many things on the round for us to do that, so let's do that instead. Let's drop this on it. On them. Let's do that. Let's blow up some of them. Let's slow them down a lot more. Let's drop a bomb on them. Do everything that could come out. And then let's go another fire now. The moment the thing blows up, go another one. Drop. Fine, puts this button and this button. Let's break them apart. And now then, yeah, you didn't need another alchemist. This one was good enough. Now, this is just a bunch of Moab. This is a bunch of Moab. Did not cut the DDT was. Let's slow it down, will you? Okay, so DDT, what's the name? That was... But this is the farthest we've gotten! What can we do? I guess we can get...
Big Blue now!
Let's get Catman defense since we don't... That's all... We have the money for it. Get this. Do this. Drop all of the files, Owl. So let's do that. And go. We have not done any damage to it. What the heck? What the heck? And yes, I know that does those things right there, but level.
What next?
What do I do? I don't know what to do. If we sell those things, we do not have enough for Super Whittle. Does the Whittle... If we do that, we can get this, but...
Big Blue now!
Is that enough?
For the love of nature!
Maybe... Okay, that was... You'll need spell time on that ability, absolutely. Let's do that. This, and no. That doesn't do it. Okay, wasn't expecting this to come out. Maybe we cut down this tree, so we get more room. And then... Maybe we sell you because you're not acting all that much in lanes? What's a bad killer? Well, you would be, but... We don't have the money for you. Maybe we sell you actually instead. Or maybe we... Get you somehow? Yep. Okay, get that, and no. Nothing of value would be heal. But we can get that. And then delete you to get a defense.
Big Blue now, for the love of nature.
Do this. We drop that now. Do this. Slow you down now. Okay, we do not slow you down. We can specifically not do anything to you. Okay, and so we drop this. We use this ability to do something. Anything? We don't have the power to do. I was not expecting this to be the part we stumble on. We stumble on. Maybe we sell you instead. Like, you're not a boss killer, and we definitely need... Like, let's see if ourselves. If we sold, like, both of these did that, we'd get a medal. Then it's like, sell you, get a super brittle, get a support deck would be 11,000. I don't have that, but
Big Blue now, for the love
you
of
have
nature.
this. take this. Boop, got beep, boop, bop, and we win! Ta-da! Okay then! Yippee! We've done it! We've beaten Impoppable mode! Wow. So, basically this was the strategy. Although, anyone who knows, if there was anyone who would know a fundamental flaw of this strategy. But we did it! We finally unlocked both the beast handle, way to go, and its chest. Counterattack and all. We also got 3 more monkey knowledge, which, where we're going, is not needed. This was useless! Why did I get you if you were going to do nothing? And 5 primary military things. Nothing requires money though, so all the good abilities require money, so let's get rid of all those. I need to save money now because we're not doing this strategy. Oh, that would have been useful. Either way. Alright then, of that, we've done it. Impoppable mode defeated. All that's left is C.H.I.M.P.S. Thank you all so much for watching. Tune in next time for when I prepare to do that. Well, not using open for that. That's quite obvious of how RNG he has proven to be. And I hope to see you around.